So let's try this again. What's going on YouTube? Kronos here, and welcome back to another PSO2 video. So I have to apologize to start with. If you guys are watching this video and it's a repeat of a video that went up about, say, 2 hours ago, it looks like my audio screwed up somewhere on the line. I'm not 100% sure, but in the post, everything sounded great. The upload to YouTube deepened my voice way deeper than it normally is. Not sure what happened, but hey, we live and we learn. Blah blah. We live and we learn. We'd hope that I wouldn't mess something up again, being that I just gotta re-record this. But hey, no big deal. Whatever. Oh yeah. Also, the original footage corrupted. So even if I wanted to edit this, it's totally screwed. So we're just gonna redo it. Good thing is, it's not too long. I only have to redo 2 videos. So let's just jump right into this. So today's video, we're gonna go over some of the stuff we have coming for episode 5. At this point in time, it is the 29th. Episode 5 will be releasing on Wednesday. For global, so it's about a day or so. So we're getting there. Probably, I guess it's supposed to be at 7 a.m. EST, so about 20. Math is hard in my head. 29 hours from now. So I know a lot of people are super excited. We're gonna get on that train as soon as we possibly can. So let's not stall any longer. Just a couple things to note. So first and foremost, we'll talk about the maintenance. So we have our maintenance from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pretty simple 5-hour maintenance. I would also not completely bank on that 7 a.m. time frame. Maintenance tends to kind of go over a bit, so maybe things will go smooth, but if you kind of were planning for things to pop up immediately, temper your expectations just a little bit. Also, they are doing something really cool. They've got a ARCS hour, which is kind of similar to the PSO2 Station Plus content that I used to cover on the channel itself, but this is for global. So if you guys are going to be tuning into that, I know I'll be tuning into that tomorrow. I'll make sure to leave a link to their Twitch channel. It's just at play_PSO2. Actually, I believe it's just play_PSO2. I might need to check on that because they have at play_PSO2. So I know I followed play_PSO2, and I think that actually might have been a bait. So I'm gonna double check that just in case. Anyway, so there's only a couple announcements really. So a few cool things. First one is we have the Fresh Find Shop. The Fresh Find Shop actually has got some interesting stuff in it. So we've got some triggers here. Of course, you have the outfits. Those will kind of cycle in and out, so on and so forth. But we have the Iron Assault trigger, which is what we already know is Yamato. We have the Crimson Fellworm trigger. The Crimson Fellworm trigger would be Dragon. Oh, sorry about the little crack there. The Crimson Fellworm trigger would be Dragon. We have the Black Fellworm trigger, which is kind of interesting because I believe that's Dragon Rematch, which I've never seen a trigger for that before. I don't think that's something that JP got. And then we have the Hostility trigger. Hostility will be, I believe that's supposed to be the Buster quest, or the Buster Urgent quest. So it's a new type of quest we'll be getting in episode 5. It goes along with the story, so I don't want to spoil too much, but you guys will see it. It's pretty cool. Fun fact, if you don't rush through the story and get your story progression taken care of, Dark Blast is actually an unblock from the story. But if you do this on a higher difficulty, I believe it also unlocks Dark Blast for you. So there you go. So Fresh Finds looking pretty clean. I'm not a huge fan of Fresh Finds as it is. I'm hoping this hairstyle reaches Fresh Finds because it looks pretty neat. So I'm pretty sure it will. It's just gonna be something I have to keep an eye out for. So the more interesting side of what released, Mission Pass Season 8. So we've got the mission pass, right? And I carefully scrolled past something you guys probably noticed, but got a bunch of cool items, shows all the different tiers, but it was to get, actually, by the way, too, this weapon right here, this weapon camo is probably my favorite double saber weapon camo in the entire game. It looks sick. But as we scroll down, we kind of get further, we kind of get further down. And at tier number 30, we get the Kronos Eternistone. Now, the Kronos Eternistone is the upgrade item for the Val series weapons. Val series weapons were the exact reason why I mentioned not to jump into getting a Nemesis weapon too early on. You guys might catch that video. That should be going live at 10 a.m. So about 8 hours from now. But these Val series weapons are going to be drops from the new content. They'll be sellable, so people will probably sell the ones they don't want. You'll be able to purchase it. In the past on JP, we got this Chronostone from upgrading our Val weapons to plus 13. And then alternatively, we would get a title that would give us a Chronostone. Now, because the mission pass is sort of a thing, and I've noticed this happening on JP as well, there have been these stones that are used as upgrade items. I believe specifically the one for Lightstream was in the Japanese mission pass. So I believe they're going to probably use this as a way to go ahead and hand out these stones. Now, again, these were usually originally provided via title rewards. This one specifically for upgrading the Val Weapons. The Lightstream was for taking down a boss 50 times, and the Liberate Unlocker was for having 1,300 titles. And I know you guys are probably like 1,300 is kind of ridiculous. It'll be less than that if that's going to be the case for global, because the JP servers have more titles than we have, due to them having an entire different system that is no longer like, that kind of got phased out a long time ago, that we don't. And for those of you guys who are a bit more perceptive, it's basically the old type weapon system. They had a bunch of titles tied to that. Since we don't have it, we don't have those titles. And since then, anything that's been tied to number of titles rewards has been halved for global. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. More than likely, we'll be looking at like 750 titles if we need that many, or if we need titles to do the Liberate Unlocker. But that's another video for another time. It's kind of funny because I didn't mention this in my previous time recording this video, and I'm just now noticing it. It mentions flat out these are needed for Val series weapons available in episode 5 content to 14-star weapons. And these 14-star weapons can then be used to manufacture 15-star weapons. These materials are very hard to come by, so make sure you get all the Chronos Eterna stones you can. So it's saying that you can get more than one, I think, or they're trying to at least. So it's possible that the title may still exist. We may still be able to get one Chrono Stone from there, as well as one from the mission pass. Keep in mind, you won't be able to get the mission pass one immediately unless you invest star gems to get up to tier 30 almost instantaneously. I wouldn't worry too much about doing that unless you happen to just get a Val weapon you want. And then again, even if you do, I would still double check and make sure that you don't actually get one of these for grinding that weapon up to plus 35. So something to keep in mind. Pretty cool that they're actually offering these things, and I kind of just wanted to go over it, explain why this was such a big deal, because I know there's some people that are just like, whoa, what is this item itself? I know people over on, or some of the JP vets are like, this is kind of awesome. We'll be able to get a hold of these weapons fairly quickly, and this is kind of why we mentioned to a lot of players, why I know I did and other content creators mentioned, don't worry about Nemesis or Raven weapons going into episode 5. They're going to be replaced fairly quickly, and it's going to be with this Val Atlas weapon series. So hopefully that is I mean, that's really about it that we have so far. I kind of waited a little. It's kind of funny that we had to re-record this, because part of when I originally recorded this, I was concerned that they would release more information, but they actually didn't, so it worked out in my favor. But as always, a like on the video is much appreciated, and absolves you half of your ad block guilt. The other half is absolved by subscribing. Both are completely free, and they help me out a ton. If you want to keep up with the content, make sure to press that bell notification icon. You can also always jump into the Discord or follow me on social media, get notifications about when I go stream live, when I'm just doing random stuff, or if you just want to talk to me in Discord, have any questions, that sort of thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace out.